Well, hello there. It is I, the Phantom Reviewer, where my hell is to review. And today we are going to be verging on ourselves in a river of shit known as the Franshite Trilogy. And no further ado, we shall... You know what? Hold on. Wait. Alright, hold on. Ugh. Hi everybody, how's it going? This is the Phantom Reviewer, where my hell is to review. And sorry, I thought I'd start off on a more dreadful note, considering the fact that we're going to be reviewing some of the most schlockiest schlock that ever schlocked. And with that, I do apologize for that. But hey, here we are. Welcome to the Franshite Trilogy. Or is it Franshite? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright. So, today's film is quite the notorious one. Oh yes, it is one that is notorious for just being some of the worst things to ever be put on film. Oh yes, it was a film so bad that it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, was chosen by Roger Ebert and Richard Roeper as one of the worst films of 2002, and still realms as one of the worst films of all time. And that film is Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever. Or Sever! You'll find out later why I said that. Anyway, yes, let us dwell into one of the worst films of 2002. Let us watch Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever. Sever!
Alright, so we open our film up with an introduction to our first character, Vin, played by Talisa Soto, who, as some of you may know, for playing Kitana in Mortal Kombat.
And you should know that.
We see her picking up her son Michael, and when she finally gets home, she is greeted by one Agent Curtis to tell her that Michael needs to be seen by his father, Robert Gant, played by Greg Henry.
His plans changed. He is now available to spend time with Michael.
Michael just came home.
He's expecting his son, ma'am.
So, without hesitation, Michael is taken away from Vin by Agent Curtis, and without hesitation, Vin tries to save him. Or not.
Stop, don't come back.
As Michael is being carted away, someone else is eager to get him in their clutches. And what I mean by that is a crazy hooded assassin who uses garbage trucks as a means of demolition! Damn, this bitch means business. And who is this badass bitch that takes the law into her own hands?
I know Kung Fu.
Oh, it's Alex Mundy from Charlie's Angels. No, it's Lucy Liu playing the character Sever, who wants Michael for her own personal reasons, let's just say. So after Michael's abduction, we are now introduced to Agent X, played by Antonio Banderas, sitting in a bar, wondering what he is doing with his career. Well, not much apparently. As he's sitting there drinking his life away, he is greeted by two agents, which, believe me or not, one of them is actually played by veteran anime voice actor Brian Drummond. Yeah, see, he's right over there. Who of many of you know as playing Vegeta back in the day on Dragon Ball Z.
I guess you weren't so tough after all, were you?
I guess him being in this movie is that proof that he actually did go into an alternate dimension. Or into the next dimension. Whatever.
Now it's time to send you to the next dimension.
You know what? I could do that scene a lot better. Watch this.
There's nothing.
So we're introduced to Agent X's superior, or should I say ex-superior? Oh! I mean, whatever. So, anyway, his director, I should say, Julio Martínez, who is asking X if he can get back into the game and help him find this nanomite that can kill anybody within minutes. The only thing is that X is hesitant about it, but the director says if he can actually go forth with the mission, he'll tell him where his wife Vin is. Oh, I didn't mention that? Vin is actually his wife. But we'll get into that later. Much later. You'll find out. So X agrees to the job, but not before he goes walking in slow motion in the rain, thinking about his past and what happened to his wife. Boom, 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 explosion, explosion. Boom. So Mr. Robert Gant finds out his son was kidnapped by Agent Sever and decides to get a team together to go find her and get his son back. That team includes Motherfucker Ray Park as Agent Russ. Wow, Mr. Gant must be giving out some good bucks if he's able to get fucking Darth Maul on his tactical team, eh?
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Along with that, Agent X and his team suspect that Ray Park's character, Ross, may be in possession of the object they're looking for. Well, wherever Ross may be, Sever is sure to follow. And what follows is enough to make a critic go ballistic. I know. But come on, look at this shit.
Hey, don't shoot! Stop! Legend! Oh, God! Shit!
Yeah, I think you guys get the idea. Shit. So Sever exits the scene before Ross and Agent X and his crew investigate the scene. Ross is interrogated by Julio, asking if he knows who Sever is. Surprised he already knows who she is, and decides to fuck with him anyway for more info. Look, I know Sever is a person who used to work for your big bad boss, Mr. Gant. I just need you to confess, and along with that, can you sign my ass? Make sure that it says only Ray Park can touch this. So Agent Sever decides to shoot Julio for tattling and tells Agent X that Sever actually knows where his wife is. So the chase is on! And what follows is the fight you've been waiting for. X versus Sever. And unfortunately, it's one of the most ridiculously clumsy fights since Batman v Superman.
And I shall break you against my knee! Let go! Because I am the fifth strongest man on Meepo's Island!
After that, Sever gets away. Somehow. And with that, Agent X is framed for the shooting of his boss and is taken into custody by Agent Ross to get him out of the way so they can hunt down Sever. Clever, Ross, clever. But that doesn't stop Sever from having a little fun blowing up the prison bus that X is being escorted on, and what follows is another chase scene that leads to one of the most hilarious stunts ever. Watch this shit. Oh my god, look at this shit. X looks so terrified and stupefied at what has happened. I mean, who does he think he is? Evil Knievel?
Evil Knievel is a bad motherfucker! Evil Knievel will fuck you up! Evil Knievel is a bad motherfucker! Evil Knievel will fuck you up!
And with that, Sever decides not to kill X. Again. Fuck me, man. Ugh. And gives X the address to where his wife might be next. X and his wife Vin reunite, and now we finally get the explanation for everything that has happened up until now. You see, Vin and X were together, and apparently X decided to take one more assignment, and Vin begs him not to go. And also, along with that, we find out that Mr. Gant, Mr. Big Bad Gant himself, decided that he had a thing for Vin and used to work with X. And unfortunately, Gant wasn't having none of that and plotted to kill X via remote-controlled car explosion, making both Vin and X think that the other was killed in action. Why and how that was kept under wraps, I have no idea. I guess you just have to go with it. And before I forget, the reason that Sever stole Michael from Robert was because Michael is carrying the fucking nanomachine that Robert needs in order to take out anyone he wants. And Sever also might have a little grudge against Mr. Gant for killing her son during a mission. Try to wrap your head around that. Fuck. So we finally end up in Sever's lair, where X and Sever decide to get ready for the final showdown with Gant and his men. And what follows Is the funniest pronunciation of any name ever!
Sever!
Oh my god. Let's hear that shit again.
Sever!
Oh. Ugh. Now that was great. Oh my god. That was so funny. Oh.
I don't know what it is about Greg Henry. It just makes me laugh how he says Sever's name like that. It's hilariously bad. Actually, he did that through most of the movie, actually.
Where's my son, Sever? 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 It didn't have to come to this, Sever.
Now it's time for negotiations and possible accounts to be opened.
This doesn't have to get messy. I just want you.
I make you the same offer.
Jesus.
And since negotiations didn't go particularly well, here is a barrage of bullets and explosions. Here, I'll let Rammstein help us with this. Let's wrap this shit up. Sever takes on fucking Ross and wins and pretty much X's him out. Yeah, whatever, fuck off, I don't care. And apparently, Sever gets her revenge in one way I think is probably one of the most coolest things in the movie. If anything, it's quite clever, Sever.
All that training. Is that the best you can do?
No. This is.
Diarrhea is like a storm raging inside you.
And after that, Vin and X are reunited, and Sever wishes her goodbyes to X, and, well, we end on this pop song, I guess, and that's the end of the movie. Huh. That's odd.
And that was Ballistic Ecks versus Sever. What did I think of it? Alright, let me be honest. Back when I was about, I don't know, about a lad of 17 or so, this was actually my favorite movie. Yes, I know. Hold on, let me explain.
Yeah, this movie is not high art and never will be. Why? Because it's a balls-to-the-wall action movie and should not really be seen as such. That was not the intention here. Before I used to defend this movie for being somewhat of a, I don't know, an action thriller that unfolded as the plot went along. And it still kind of does, just not as well paced as it should be. Unfortunately, this movie bombed and left the appropriately named director Chaos out of work for years to come, and is still deemed as one of the worst movies of all time. But for me, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. Of pain, hilariously torturous pain.
So that was my review on X vs. Sever. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the end, well, unfortunately, Ballistic has to be severed itself. So, adios! That is how you sever a DVD. Well, God, I'm so done with these puns. Anywho, that is chapter 1 of the Franshite Trilogy. Or Friendship, whatever. But we still have 2 more movies to go. And let's hope I can sever through them pretty quickly. X them out. Alright, guys. Take care. I am the Phantom Reviewer, where my hell is to review, and I'm out of here. See ya! Sever!